Right now, we don't know a whole lot. All we know is that it is approximately 1,752 acres, 452 acres, seven, apologize, 17,452 acres. We don't know a cause yet, but we will say that it has made it off of Fort Hood, and we have engaged personnel in fire suppression efforts.
So could you also give us a general direction as to where this is kind of going?
Okay, so the general direction is, so it's on around Fort Hood right now, has come off the northern boundary and is heading to the north.
Earlier, y'all had mentioned that some folks in the area have been evacuated. What is the evacuation situation currently? Are more people expected to be evacuated tonight or pre-evacuated? Just what's the latest on that?
So right now we're not expecting any more evacuations. Flat was under an evacuation earlier. I don't know the status of that yet, but if you're out of your home right now, I recommend you just stay where you're at for now.
We've seen a lot of crews kind of going that way. Are you able to detail what those crews are doing?
So I don't know exactly what's going on the northern end of this fire. Our crews are working on the southern end, but that is where some more intense fire activity is happening towards that way, and we have seen more engines heading up that direction. But that's all I can say on that at this time.
You were saying earlier that there were multiple fires that have kind of converged, correct? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Right. So earlier today when we got here to this fire, it was actually 3 separate fires burning on Fort Hood and outside of Fort Hood. And now those fires have converged into one fire, and it's now called the Crittenburg Complex.
Anybody in Gatesville or some of the surrounding areas, is there any need to kind of get ready to move, to get ready to evacuate? We don't want to scare folks, but should they be prepared for anything at this point?
Right. I definitely encourage everyone in this area to be prepared. Right now, fire is very unpredictable. It's very dry, very windy, and you really just never know what it's going to do. And I encourage everyone to be ready to go evacuate their house if they have to.
And going off that, this has been red flag warning for a couple of days now. The situations, does that help situations like this? What do people need to know about the red flag warning and going forward, what to do about it?
Okay, so when you see a red flag warning, that means that conditions are right for fire. It means wildfires can ignite very easily, and they can easily become very large and uncontrolled. So red flag warnings, burn bans, those kind of things are in place to make the public aware that the fire danger is high, and we really stress to everyone to follow those guidelines and those warnings to prevent something like this happening.
And just to clear the air, y'all were working multiple other fires that weren't connected to this Crittenburg complex. Can you also just tell us a little bit about how those aren't directly connected to this at all? And I guess any updates on that if you're able to speak.
So earlier today, the Forest Service was also on 2 other fires in this area, the Moffett Fire and the Kirkendall Fire. Those fires are currently at 90 to 95% contained, and we have handed those off to the local fire departments.
Do you have any more information about the origins of these fires?
I can't say anything on the origin right now. We have not determined its origin or its start.
Do you anticipate crews are going to be working throughout the night to kind of get control of this?
Yes, there will be crews on this all night, as well as tomorrow, and I would definitely urge everyone to try to stay off of Highway 36 around Fort Hood if you can. There's going to be lots of crews out, lots of firemen, fire departments working, so if you see us, you see lights, please slow down, move over if you have to.
Of that 17,000 acres, we know there's a lot of land out there, but obviously there's some structures in there too. Do we have any updates on any structures damaged or harmed in this complex fire?
Right now, we don't know anything whether there have been any structures damaged. Most of this was contained inside the boundaries of Fort Hood. It has, like I said, gotten out of the boundaries, but we don't know if there have been any structures involved yet.
And finally, for some of the folks that have already left their homes, especially in this flat Texas area, how long do you think they should stay away? How long are they going to have to stay away from their homes?
So I would check back with local media. We'll be keeping y'all updated tomorrow. I would urge you to check back tomorrow because we'll probably know much better by then, and we'll keep that updated with evacuations. You can also check on Facebook, the Coriel All Hazard Preparedness Hub. They've been keeping up pretty good with who is getting evacuated and who needs to be ready.
Gotcha. So those folks are already kind of evacuated right now. Should they stay put where they're at?
Yes. So if you are evacuated, stay put where you're at, and just continue to check in with news sources to see if you can come back.